Have you ever wondered why some brands that seem boring manage to thrive while others with flashy campaigns fail? It's surprising but true. Brands like IKEA and Costco are perfect examples of success without the glitz. In fact, studies show that 61% of consumers prefer brands that are consistent and reliable over those that chase the latest trends. That's a staggering number. What makes these brands stand out? It's their ability to be predictable, trustworthy, and focused on delivering value. Instead of flashy ads, they rely on a solid foundation built over time. In this video, we'll explore why boring brands are actually winning the marketing game. You'll learn about their strategies, the secrets behind their success, and how you can apply these lessons to your own brand. So, stick around. You might just find that embracing the boring could be the best thing for your business. Chapter 1: The Power of Predictability. Why consistency wins. Many brands focus on being exciting, loud, and different. But there's a hidden strength in being predictable. Brands like McDonald's and Coca-Cola are perfect examples of this. Their success isn't just about flashy marketing, it's about consistency. Every time you walk into a McDonald's, you know exactly what you're going to get, whether you're in New York or Tokyo. This predictability builds trust. According to a Forbes report, 64% of consumers stay loyal to brands because of shared values, and consistency plays a huge role in this. Let's take Coca-Cola. They've had nearly the same logo since 1886. That level of consistency keeps them recognizable across the globe. Author Marty Neumeier said in his book The Brand Gap, "A brand is not what you say it is. It's what they say it is. And when you're predictable, people say the same good things about you again and again. It's safe, familiar, and comfortable for customers." Another great example is IKEA. Their stores have a similar layout everywhere, which makes it easy for customers to navigate and buy more. In marketing, this concept is called familiarity bias. People tend to gravitate toward things they know and understand. Being consistent, even if it seems boring, can be incredibly effective at making your brand the safe choice. When people trust you, they stick with you. So, while a lot of brands are chasing the latest trends, boring brands quietly rack up loyal customers by being steady. It's a slow but strong strategy that builds longevity. People return to what they trust, and nothing is more trustworthy than consistency. Chapter 2: The Invisible Influence. Mastering subtlety over hype. Brands that aren't shouting from the rooftops may still be winning the game. Subtlety in marketing can have a massive impact. Consider the example of Apple. For years, Apple didn't push flashy ads. Their simple product demos and clean designs spoke for themselves. They let the quality do the talking. Today, they're one of the world's most valuable brands. In Made to Stick, authors Chip and Dan Heath highlight the power of simplicity. They say, the most basic way to get someone's attention is this: break a pattern. Sometimes, the loudest way to break a pattern is by being quiet. Think of Google's homepage. It's incredibly simple, just a search bar and logo. Yet, it's the most visited website in the world. Subtle, boring? Maybe. But incredibly effective. Data backs this up. According to a Nielsen report, 56% of consumers say they prefer to buy from brands they find simple. Subtle, minimalistic branding builds trust. It's not overwhelming. It doesn't try too hard. Customers value this restraint, especially in an era of information overload. Take Trader Joe's as another example. They don't run massive ad campaigns. Their stores don't have loud banners or big promotions. Instead, they rely on word-of-mouth marketing and focus on offering quality products. This quieter, understated strategy has allowed them to build a cult following without trying to be cool or edgy. Customers appreciate the focus on value rather than hype. Being subtle may seem like a boring choice, but in reality, it lets your product or service take center stage. This can lead to deeper, more meaningful connections with customers. Instead of relying on loud marketing campaigns, brands can quietly build trust and loyalty over time. Chapter 3: Slow Burn Success. The long game of boring brands. In a world where brands chase viral moments, some boring brands focus on playing the long game, and it works. Patagonia is a perfect example. They didn't become an outdoor gear giant overnight. They've spent decades building a reputation for quality and sustainability. Today, they're seen as a leader in both. According to Harvard Business Review, 73% of companies that focus on long-term strategies outperform those that chase quick wins. Patagonia's commitment to slow, sustainable growth has paid off. They don't need flashy ads because they've built a reputation for quality and ethics that speaks louder than any marketing campaign. Another case is Amazon. In its early days, Amazon wasn't flashy. Founder Jeff Bezos was patient, focusing on slowly expanding its services and improving customer experiences. Now, Amazon is a behemoth in e-commerce, thanks to this long-term approach. Bezos famously said, "We're willing to be misunderstood for long periods of time." This patience allowed Amazon to build one of the world's most successful brands by slowly gaining trust and market share. The slow burn approach is often seen as boring, but the stats show it's effective. According to a study by Bain & Company, companies with long-term strategies grew their revenue by 47% more than those focused on short-term gains. The reason? Brands that play the long game build trust and loyalty. They aren't chasing the latest trend or trying to go viral. They're focused on providing lasting value. Take the example of Costco. They've grown consistently by focusing on low prices, quality products, and treating their employees well. They aren't flashy, and they don't need to be. By taking care of their customers and employees, Costco has built a loyal customer base that keeps coming back. While it may not be glamorous, the slow burn strategy allows brands to build something real and lasting. By focusing on quality, customer satisfaction, and sustainable growth, boring brands can quietly dominate the market over time. If you're finding value in these insights, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join our community to explore more strategies for successful marketing. Chapter 4: Why Safe Isn't Stale. How boring brands innovate without flash. When we think of innovation, we often imagine flashy tech or radical designs. But some of the most innovative brands are those that fly under the radar. Take Toyota, for example. They've been around for decades, and while their cars may not be as exciting as a Tesla, Toyota quietly leads the world in quality and reliability. What many don't realize is that Toyota has been a pioneer in production methods, such as the lean manufacturing process, which has revolutionized industries globally. In the Lean Startup, Eric Ries points out that continuous, incremental improvements are a form of innovation. This approach, making small, sustainable changes over time, allows brands like Toyota to stay ahead without needing to constantly reinvent themselves. They innovate without being flashy, focusing on what matters, improving the customer experience. Another example is Intel. They don't release products that scream for attention, yet they dominate the processor market by constantly refining their technology. They're innovating behind the scenes, pushing performance forward in ways most consumers don't even notice. Their ability to innovate quietly is part of why they've stayed at the top of their field for decades. Data shows this works. According to Deloitte, companies that innovate incrementally outperform those that focus on big, risky innovations by 2 to 1. It's because they stay grounded in what their customers need. They don't chase fads or trends. Instead, they keep improving what already works. Brands like Starbucks have also taken this approach. While the concept of a coffee shop isn't groundbreaking, they continue to improve their customer service, sustainability, and digital integration. It's not about being trendy, it's about making the product better in ways that matter long-term. So, while safe may seem boring, it's often the most sustainable and smart choice for brands looking to stand the test of time. If you found these insights helpful, make sure to subscribe for more valuable marketing strategies and tips. Join us as we dive deeper into the world of effective branding and marketing success.